Good evening, Oral Gibbs, and welcome to Oral Gibbs Live, coming to you live here from World Star Studios at Amsterdam Shopping Center. And this evening with me, I have Mr. Victor Genius, yes, sir, Richardson. How you doing?
I'm pretty okay, thank you.
Thanks for accepting my invitation.
Well, thank you also for extending that invitation to me. I appreciate that very much. It's nice being on your program. I would like to say good evening to all your viewers out there.
Well, that's, we call you our cake bosses, sir.
Yes, that's the name I get. I notice when I walk around and I
Yeah?
meet my
Uh-huh.
people that know me, they say, "Oh, the cake boss."
Yeah.
Right. But the name that I carry for the business that I'm doing is the cake box.
Cake boss, right?
Cake box.
It's when people call you cake boss, it's because you're good.
Well, I appreciate that very much. I get a lot of that compliments really from, people that really buy my stuff.
Yeah.
Everybody that buy my stuff return. And, they give me a lot of good praises for the stuff that they've been receiving from me.
Yeah, no, because a guy was telling me, he told me, he went by you, he ordered a cake, and he couldn't believe it. It was so great.
Oh, yeah, I got that compliments. I get that compliments from a lot of people. A lot of people.
So you make wedding cakes too?
Sure, definitely.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh.
I get, those orders also.
What surprised me, we're going to speak about a little bit of everything tonight, but I'm just curious about your
But
cake.
the cakes, all
Yeah.
right.
Because, I know you got something called eggless cake too.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Eggless cake.
And that's for what kind of people, like diabetics or something like that?
There are some people that just don't like eggs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And some people, the eggs doesn't agree with them.
Oh.
And thinking, people too also want to try out the cake without eggs to see exactly what's the difference between the cake with the egg and the cake without the egg.
So you get more people asking for it? Or?
Well, the customers for that is being building up right now. People, like I say, being inquisitive. They want to know exactly what it's all about. Yeah, what's the difference for that? Well, you can get it in chocolate, you can get it in vanilla, just about in the form of cake that you appreciate it in.
I gotta ask it because everybody asks me. I say, what is the this melt?
The melt away. Yeah, a lot of people being inquisitive about that. They've been asking all the time, what really is the melt away? Because they hear about it, and they really never taste it or see it yet. And that's the popular thing in New York. When I used to work in New York, that is something that most of the companies, when they have anything for the staff, they always order that, and they cut it up and they, dish it around. The melt away is a pie crust in the bottom. It's a pie crust in the bottom. On top of the pie crust, we put a fruit, whether it's blueberry, pineapple, cherry, strawberry, whatever fruit you desire. That's what we put on top of the pie crust. On top of the pie crust, we put a cream cheese mix, something similar like cheesecake.
Oh, okay.
And then on top of that, I put a crumb. It's similar like a crumb I hear you speaking about, oat crumb or something.
Like from apple crisp, they use oatmeal?
Right, what they make the crumb pie from.
Okay.
But instead of using the oats, I use cake to make the crumb.
Really?
Yeah, brown sugar cake and different other things, cinnamon and different things like that.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. You never made anything like the apple crispy where they have the apple and they take the old-fashioned oatmeal and they mix it up with some butter and cinnamon.
That's
and
the way they cook the apples with that. Yes, I do that at Maho. We did it at Maho where they buy the fresh apples and you slice them up and you use butter. We don't cook them though. We put them into the oven and when they bake, that's when they get cooked. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I did that at Maho.
It's popular in the States, huh?
Oh, sure, definitely it is. Yeah, it's a big seller in America.
What's the biggest thing in St. Martin when it comes to like cake? What people like most?
But people like the cake that they are accustomed to. People call it pound cake. It's not pound cake. It's vanilla white cake. It's a vanilla white cake. But here in St. Martin, people call it pound cake because when you're small and you grow up, your mother them mixing this thing, we call it pound cake. But pound cake is something different. Pound cake is, I don't know, when you go around to the supermarkets and Wholesome, the company from Puerto Rico, they have a cake that they have on the shelf there. It's sliced.
Right.
Sometimes they have it with a marble
It's like
inside, chocolate inside. That is pound cake. Yeah.
Oh.
But the vanilla cake that we use here, I mean, we call it pound cake, but that is vanilla cake. But that's a famous cake. A lot of people like that.
Yeah. So you don't make pound cake?
Oh, sure, definitely.
So then there's a slight difference between the pound cake and the vanilla cake?
It is, yeah. If you put both of them there and you sample them, you'll see the difference between both of them.
Is one lighter like or?
You see, one is made from Crisco and one is made from butter, so you get a different taste.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, the pound cake is made from butter. And the vanilla cake that we are accustomed of is a butter cake.
Made from Crisco? Yeah?
Right.
Wow. Yeah. Lots something new tonight. No, it's amazing, man, because, you know, we know you back in the days, you know, you're Calypso, genius and everything. Seems like everything you were good in Calypso, you're now good in cake.
Yeah, I think that was a gift that I had because almost everything that I touch in my young days, I make sure I perfect it. I really was good in it. I started out in the casino, and that's where I get the name Genius.
Yeah.
It come because of the casino, because when I went there, there was nothing that they were showing or teaching that I didn't grab. So they decided to give me the name Genius. And then from that, I went into Calypso, and the name Genius stick on me, and even make me big on that. And now I'm into the cake business, and the cake boss, like you just say.
You know, you also been a kind of pioneer, you know, because I remember the last time I had you here, someone brought it up. I know you're very modest, you don't say much about it, but you started off, like you mentioned, in the casino. But there was something else you also did in business at the time too.
Oh, the music store? Is that?
You had the music store, but you all didn't have there was I think it was a lottery thing or something like that.
Oh yeah, before Robbie and those guys, Robbie and those guys, I was I was one of the big guys in the numbers. Called me the boss at that time. Right. It was me, Carlos, and Flanders. You know Flanders from, he lived, I think, in St. Peter's, over there. We was the three guys that was controlling that. I was one of the big ones.
Wow.
Because I remember when Robbie came here, just before I left to go to New York, when Robbie came here, he called me and tried to hold a meeting with me, really, concerning the numbers, of pricing the numbers. Because in the days before he came there, came here, there was a competition between everybody. Yeah. Sometimes they pay 40 for one, and if they find that you getting more customers, a guy would change it and put 50 for one. Yeah. That was the odds, and 60 for one, and it was they're getting crazy. So he was trying to get everybody together so we could make it one thing. 40 for one. If you spend $1 and you get the first prize is 40, second prize was 20, and third prize was 10. Yeah.
So how you all came up with the idea? Because before no one was doing it, right?
The numbers?
Yeah.
Yeah, they had a couple of people doing it before us, but because Mosquito.
Mosquito came, okay.
Mosquito was here. He was here a couple of years before I started, and I started just before he died out and he left. I take it over.
So then in those days, the numbers used to be called in some other country?
Yeah, we was dependent on Venezuela, Caracas, we used to call it, every night. In those days, you had to listen to the radio, so you had to tune in. You tune in sometime, the signal is so low, you had to tune in to get the numbers from Caracas, Venezuela. And then on Sunday, used to be the big game, Santo Domingo. That was a real big game. And I don't think I see nothing like that yet. Because as I walk around, a lot of the people that selling numbers, the older people in the office and on the road now, they used to work for me. And as I walk around and I speak with them, the numbers is not no big thing like in the days like us. Yeah, and I see what they're selling per day, per night. They're wasting time.
But in those days, people had a lot of money.
Yeah, wow. The business was good.
Those were the days, and those are the days I was telling someone, I worked as a boss boy, then a waiter and a captain. I could remember getting a tip of $150 from just one table.
Like you're saying that now, I work in the casino, and every week we share tips every week, and the tips are like twice your salary.
Yeah.
Because every week you share tips $300, $400 between 120 something people. So you know that was money making in the casino,
Right.
because they pool the tip, and we pick a day in the week, and every week that money is split down. And those days, it's not like the casinos like now. They depend on the local people to come around. You're getting the local people. That's all you see in the casino
Yeah.
now. In those days, local people was banned from coming from the casino.
Exactly.
You only could have come 4 times per month. Anything more than that, then the government banned you for a year. You couldn't come back.
Wow.
Right now, like I say, casinos is just dependent on we, the local people, to come around in order to make business. But those days, there was junkets.
Yeah.
People come special to play
Then
in the
loads of
casino.
people flying in, right?
Yeah, they fly them in. A group of people come in on Sunday. They leave on Wednesday. When those leaving on Wednesday, the same plane that picking them up, bringing the next group until Sunday. And that's the way it was, like every week.
Could you imagine how this island was?
Yeah.
This was back in what, the 70s?
In my days, you work in the casino, you had one of the biggest jobs in St. Martin.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Nowadays, when I go around and I see the casino, number one, all you're getting is a bunch of Spanish people. Casino become a Spanish business now.
Yeah.
It's like you're going in a Spanish. All you're getting is Spanish people.
All Spanish women.
Yeah, and 1 or 2 Jamaicans in between. And thing. But in my days, casino work was only a local person. You had to be local in order to get a job in the casino. And it was like the biggest job here in St. Martin to have at that time. When we finish work at night and we go around by the nightclubs and thing, and guys are there and they're sitting. From the time the guys from the casino come in, everybody pull off. And they say, oh, the money guys come now.
Yeah.
Because, like I say, it was a job to have.
It was a bit, and then in the casinos, the pit bosses, everybody were all local people, all the everybody.
Everybody. You would get like the top management, maybe you would get the American in between. And afterward, that went away. It was just local people. Because I worked in the casino for 22 years. Wow. And those 22 years, I deal all the games, even work the machines. I did that for 2 years. And then I supervised for 5 years. And after that, I was manager for 15 years.
But I'm kind of curious because you was a manager for 15 years, and a lot of other guys who are manager too. You can't find one today, so
no, there's no local person you can find. Like I said just now, it's all Spanish, Jamaican, Guyanese. Those are the people that you meet in casino now. Casino become like it comes to me working on a job on the front street in the jewelry store, or even on the back street, or with the Chinese is a better job than the casino nowadays.
Wow. But it's so sad because you and the others who build that industry, our people, like yourself and others, and now we're no longer good to be a part of it.
You as a local person, if you go and if you apply, they say even for a pit boss, they look at you, who's he? Who's he? Because I could remember when I first came here, and I have to give thanks to Mr. Rolex for that. When I first came back here, Mr. Rolex tried hard to get me back into the casino. But he talked to Mr. Francisco. He carried me different. He took me personally to these guys. Put me on the waiting list and on the waiting list. And after a while, I tell him, I don't have no interest in casino anymore. Let's don't try that.
Wow.
But he did that for me.
You had to write a song, it's over waiting list, man. They call it bubble list. But on a serious note, I'm disappointed in this island because, like you mentioned, there's a generation today that don't know what people like you did. And you brought back memories that I forgot all about, and that was the junkets, the planes coming in here, loaded with people just to gamble and so forth. Las Vegas in those days was completely different.
And they do that day and night. And that time, you as the dealer or the supervisor, you work in 2 shifts. Because we'll go home like 4 o'clock in the morning and return for 10 o'clock. And 4 o'clock in the morning, return for 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And you took that shift from 10 until 6 in the evening, and you go home and you return for 9 that night again. So you were working 2 shifts. It was real excited. It was good, and you didn't mind because you making money. You was making money.
I know because I came in later on in the hotel and as a bus boy and everything as we were working split shifts. So you work in the morning, breakfast for lunch, go home, come back to work in the evening.
Yeah.
But imagine when I got up to be a captain 2 years later, my take home in the season alone just from tips sometimes was over $3,000.
Yeah, the tips, I think you didn't have to touch your salary.
Yeah.
The tips alone was plenty more than what the salary was.
Wow.
Yeah, amazing.
I wish those days could come back, you know.
Wow. They say good things doesn't return. It's hard for them to see it again.
I don't know. This generation don't know what they lose when it comes to how the tourist industry used to be.
Yeah, it was real good. Those days was good days. And like I say, good days, when they come, make the best of it because you don't see it again for a second time.
You know, it changed rapidly because when I left in Mulla Bay as a captain, I went away to study. And then when I came back, I was a duty manager in Mulla Bay. And I started to see some different problems. You will have guests come in and they give you a credit card and they only had a balance of $200 or $300. And sometimes they couldn't even pay for the bill when they're leaving. Yeah. And that was a big change from what I knew when I was
a different type of people coming in. People coming, but then they could scarcely pay for the vacation.
Exactly.
A lot of people come on vacation because, I also, when I was in New York, I take a course into travel agents.
Oh, okay.
So I used to go by a company there. And a lot of people, they have a loan in order to come for vacation. And when they go back, they got a year and a half, 2 years to pay that back.
I couldn't do that one.
So, we start to get a different type of people. But like I said, with the junkets, it was a better business because when they came here, they came with a credit. Like one guy would have a credit of $500,000. In less than like 2 days, 3 days, he killed that. And then they call back New York or wherever he come from, and they extend the credit. Wow. So it was big money passing.
And so you all knew these guys that had this large credit? You all knew who, at the time, or you didn't know what it would do?
But you had different offices in New York that control that.
Yeah.
They work along with the management, whoever responsible, and they know exactly what. There wasn't no personal contact with us on the floor. They know exactly whether the person is valued that or whether he can get it. Before they give it to him, they make a call to the contact over there.
And those guys that tip all you go to?
Oh, sure, definitely. They were giving the tip. Those the guys who giving the guys with the credit. Yeah, them the guys that giving the tips.
Wow. But what else you remember from that, those days in the casino?
In the casino.
That you find is different today?
Like I say, it was more lively because as you go around, there was more of our own people. Even in the entertainment, there was local guys doing that. You used to get guys like Ray Anthony, Sympathy, the Creole Stars, and those things. So even if you don't want to go to the casino, you could go out and have a nice night at, let's say, DVD or wherever the Creole Stars are playing. Or they play there nightly. You go around, you don't get that no local thing. Maybe you might get a one man with a set of electronics, drumming and all kind of things.
Not even from St. Martin.
Yeah, not from St. Martin. Apart from Sherry's, where you meet Ramon, you don't find nothing like that anymore. But there was a lot of things that when you go, you meet your people in charge and doing it. You're not seeing that no more.
But one thing, I have to commend Sherry's Cafe for at least maintaining that local touch with Ramon there, performing every night.
Every night, yeah. And
he's
been doing that for years.
Long time.
That starts ever since I was back in New York, and when I asked about Ramon, and they told me that he was doing this type of work there at Sherry's, and I'm here now, I have 18 years since I'm back here, and he's still there.
Yeah.
So he's there quite some time.
What you just said is so true in terms of the entertainment now. You go to a casino, it's not there anymore. But then again, you also mentioned that the locals now have taken over the casino. They're the main customers.
Right.
It's not like before.
Not before. And when you say locals, not much of the locals too. There's the foreigners that live in locals. There's I guess they're trying to see if they can make an extra dollar or something like that. Because the casino also is not controlled. It's just a big rip-off thing. I mean, I hope the management them they don't. But I have to say like it is. There's no control absolutely. Need control into the casino. Okay, because when you look at it too, there's not much for people to do at night time. So a lot of people like the casino, and they go in with the intention that maybe they could win an extra dollar.
Right.
But everything is controlled on a daily basis. And when I say control, I work in the casino, especially those machines. If you notice, all of the casinos now are machines. You know why? That you can control.
Yeah.
The table is hard to control.
Right.
Because the table, the cards and thing, you can't fix cards in front of people. So it's like a fair thing with the tables. But the machine is controlled on a daily basis. They have people that goes in there every day and control that machine. Because I work with it, and you can set the machine to give 60% for the house, 40 for the customers, 85% for the house, 15 for the customers, 100% for the house, and 0 for the customers. The machine could be set like that.
But then we don't even have a gaming board
But
to
that's
phone
what
regulate.
exactly, because other places, even though you as the owner of the casino, you the owner of the machine, they got places you cannot open that machine until the government, whoever they have control, and come there. You have a key, and the next guy have a key. So there are 2 locks. Even if you open yours, it cannot open until the other guy come with his key to open it. And everything is controlled between you and the government inspector, the government people from the gaming board or whoever, and then it closed back. So it's controlled. So the customers get something. As I understood, they have that in Curacao.
Yeah?
Yeah, Curacao have the gaming board, and the machines and everything's controlled with the government.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, one time I was watching television, and Steve Wynn, he's the owner of Wynn and Casino and Wynn's Hotel and Wynn's and also Encore, those 2 big properties in Las Vegas on the Strip. And he said, look, the house always wins. You can't win in gambling. When I heard him say that, I said, thank God I don't gamble, because I'll never go into gambling.
When I work in the casino, the machines alone take care of all the expense. You don't need no money from the tables and things to pay nothing. The machines, you program the machines, and the machine take care of the whole expense. Electricity, whatever, water, employees, whatever expense that is involved in the casino. The machines alone is the winner for that. So anything coming from the tables is extra profit for you.
You think people really realize that gambling is just throwing away their money, or they just love it and don't care?
But you see, what really happened, to be honest with you, I came back from the States here, and to be honest, I would go to the casino and I would sit down and I would watch, and no way I can get involved. Here lately, I've been doing that. I've been playing lately and thing. And
But not the machine, though.
Yeah, I'm playing it.
No,
Yeah, I'm playing.
You got under the table, man.
Yeah. But there's very few tables now. There's very few tables. They move out the tables. Everything is, the casino right now is nothing but machines.
Oh,
really.
okay.
And you're going to amuse yourself.
Yeah.
You know, you tell yourself that you're not going to win. And if you win, it's because let's say you win $10, for instance. It's because you don't put in 40. So people say you win what? You got $40 and then you get $10. You know? But what you have to do is have control. Really.
Yeah. But you know, it's amazing because sometimes I see some of these little old ladies and in the casino and they're just enjoying it. They're pulling, you know.
Addicted.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
But I was speaking to one a few years ago, locally. She's since passed away. And she told me, you know, look, she said, look, such and such an age, you know, my husband passed away, the children are not here, and that's the only thing I got to keep her. She go in the casino at night, she got a car, pick her up, you know, and she spend her $40, $50, she go back home. You know, it's just like a way.
Yeah. It's a trick in it too. What they do, they have a certain time. Right now is bad time. They have a certain time, they program the machines to catch you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the machines, you go and bap, you see a couple of people winning well.
Yeah.
So you say, wow, you know, I can take a chance. I might win too. And then after they just clamp down. When they feel that they catch you, they clamp down on you.
You know, I don't know. I can't gamble because I hate to lose.
Yeah.
And when it comes to money, I say, well, you know what? I prefer to go and maybe sit down and eat that money in a nice restaurant than to go and throw it in on a table.
And you know why I just do it too? They catch me in the beginning because I told you I had a lot of years. I go with friends, and they would play. I sit down and look and things. So when I start, I win 2 cars.
Wow. You're lucky, man.
Yeah. They were raffling Atlantis Casino. There was raffling 5 cars. For, I think it was every other week. And in Cold Bay and Paradise, they're raffling 5 cars every other week. So the week at the raffling in Atlantis, they don't raffle at Paradise, and then at Paradise, the Atlantis. So I play at both places. And the first draw, the first draw in Paradise and Cold Bay, bam, I won it.
Oh, you're a lucky guy, man.
The second one, a next guy in Cold Bay, he won it, won the bronze them. And the third one, I won it.
Oh,
so that was my hook. That's my hook.
You're lucky, man. If I was like you, then I would gamble for sure.
I got hooked, yeah.
But you know, some people tell that, you know, I know one person's pretty well off. They go to the casino, they put on $500. If they win or lose, that's it.
Yeah.
They're gone because that's
control.
How they enjoy themselves, and that's it.
Right. Yeah. Control. Yeah.
But it's amazing, man. But so then most of the guys that have been around in that field now they're no longer there at all.
No. When you go around the casino, you can't find none of the guys unless maybe at Royal, that's Maho.
Yeah.
You go in the casino, you find 1 or 2. Because a lot of them now either get sick or 1 or 2 die and thing. And there's still 1 or 2 that you can find in Royal Casino at Maho.
Wow. So now I noticed that it changed too because they hired a lot of women as dealers and everything. And you did were mostly men, right?
Yeah, there was no women, absolutely. No.
No women at all?
No. Women came in late, just before I really quit it. Then
okay.
we started to practice some ladies
Yeah.
and have them, you know, do the games and thing. But right now it's all ladies. And those that have the tables, they're using just all ladies and all Spanish women.
Yeah.
You know, you ask yourself, what's the reason only Spanish women can come to St. Martin and learn the game? A thing that people here was doing for years. It's only Spanish people now can come.
And they can speak English too?
Sometimes they can't understand the thing you're telling them, but they get the job. So you ask yourself, I wonder what's the reason why? What's behind that?
They got 2 brains. I mean, that joke is something to get angry with. So it's amazing how this island has changed because it's not only a casino.
Because a lot of time too, when I listen to talk shows, even your program, and I hear people coming there talking about, you know, the local people, and you know, it's not only a casino for the local people. I ask myself, I said, which casino they see local people? Because I've been going around the casinos, I don't see no local people working in casinos. There's no local person at all working in the casino. There are people, I don't know for now, but I know when I first started going to the casino, there are people that work in the casino that is illegal. Don't have no documents, absolutely. They're Spanish, they're Jamaicans, and they're whatever, but they get to work.
Wow. I don't know, I'm going to have to start go to the casino and see what it's like. I mean, I haven't been a long time. But you know, it's amazing how this island has grown, you know, because we have a lot more. In the days when you walk in the casino, we didn't even have 100,000 visitors a year to St. Martin.
No.
Now today we're in the millions.
The millions, yeah. Because every 4 or 5 months when they check it, they have 1 million or something people that visit. Yeah. But with the few that we had back in those days, we were seeing more money than what we're seeing now with the million.
That's true. You know, it's amazing, huh?
Right.
I was telling someone that I used to work in the gourmet room in Mulla Bay, and they had a VIP section, and where there was a gentleman by the name of Altamiro Perez. He was the captain, and there was Tony. He was the waiter, and I was the boss boy.
Oh, Tony, yeah.
And we used to handle all the celebrity diners in those days. That was back in 1973, 74 there, you know.
Right.
You didn't know celebrities going to St. Bart's and Anguilla?
Yeah, oh, sure, because every now and then when I visit Anguilla, you're surprised to see the amount of private jets that is parked over there and thing. And like you say, most of the people that come in here, like celebrities and thing, they go over to St. Bart's.
Wow.
Not really getting much of that here. I don't know, maybe what's the reason of that. Well, some people say we need a hotel that's is more like a 5-star something.
Yeah. Well, even if you get a 5-star hotel with the traffic and everything, they never want to stay in the hotel, don't go out, you know, and then, so I don't know.
Something have to be done with that, because the traffic is a terrible thing when the season is on, because there's a lot of cars out there, a lot of rentals and things. Even without the tour season, the traffic jam and the traffic on the road is terrible. So imagine when you having all those people on the island here and more cars on the road, wow. It's to get from point A to point B. It's like that's a day walk in itself.
Exactly. But you know, I must add that, and I know people don't like to hear this, that I feel still the Causeway help a lot, although the traffic now back up in Cold Bay. But if you look at
split between two areas,
right? It's a lot easier to get in and out of Simpson Bay.
I would say that myself, even though it's still hard. But it's much easier because without that, all those traffic that is on the Causeway in the Cold Bay area, they would have been still on the one road in Simpson Bay. So I would have to say it helps a whole lot.
And then you never know. Suppose the bridge can't open, then you're in trouble. Can't close.
So you have a next alternative. Right?
This is a man. The first, the original, that really put Simran on the map when it comes to music with the, what that song name again was?
You mean the style of music?
Yes.
You're talking about the rumba?
The rumba.
Hola querido Santo Domingo. Hola querido Santo Domingo. Hola querido Santo Domingo. You rumba me.
That was your first rumba,
right? But that was not my first rumba. I was singing rumba way before that. Melinda, come to the rumba. Since 1978.
Wow.
The one that you hear me sing, Hola Querida Santo Domingo, that is when Dow came on with the St. Martin rumba. Because I used to take, Dow then was hanging under my wings at that time. I used to live up South Reward, and he come and he visit me as a young guy, interested in the music. So he listened, I'm doing, Hola Querido Santo Domingo, yeah, rumba me. So he picked up an idea. I mean, you know, I hope I'm not offending nobody get mad, but I like to tell the truth and say it like it is. So he picked up an idea. He hears Genius doing the rumba thing, and he did something. He did not tell me what he was doing, but he told me he getting a song together. And when I go to Trinidad, see how I can connect him to get it recorded. I went to Trinidad to record, and I talked with my arranger, which is Leston Paul. And I tell him, I have a young guy who wants to do something. And could you fit him in, make a date and everything? So Lesson Paul make a date and everything. And when I came back, I said, listen, this is the number. This is the date the gentleman have for you. Call this guy. He's going to put you up and everything like that. And that's where he take off from there. He came back. And everything in St. Martin, the Calypsonians have this secret thing. I never secret. You are Calypsonian. You can come by me from the time I start my song.
That was good about you.
You're going to hear it.
That was good about you.
I don't hide nothing. So they hearing mine. But I didn't know what he was singing. He came back. He needed to press the record. Because those days it was record. And I set him up in Puerto Rico. And that's where he pressed the record. Is when it's released, then I hear what it was. So I was helping without knowing what it was. So a lot of people say, oh, it's Dow start the rumba. That's not true. And I hope I'm not getting nobody mad, but I like to say it like it is. I mean, people got to be honest and say the truth.
Definitely.
I was doing the rumba like 5 to 6 years before Rumba St. Martin came out. No, I have the proof, I have the music and everything.
No, you're the father of St. Martin.
And Dow get the idea to hearing me saying, Hola querido Santo Domingo. And that's where the idea for St. Martin rumba came in. I doing a rumba for Santo Domingo, he did one for St. Martin. His was local and it catch.
You know what I think is important here, Mr. Richardson, is that on this island, we tend to want to change history.
Right. Yeah.
We can't change it.
Right.
You're the man. Let me take a call here for you. Oral Gibbes Live, your call. Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, you're on Air Live's caller.
I just think Martin, Watson Genius, and all what you're saying is true.
Okay, thank you, sir. Who am I speaking with?
Sinclair Martin.
Oh, Sinclair Martin. Okay. All right, good. I mean, listen, I can't say nothing about the truth. I can't say nothing else more than the truth, because I have to say it like it is.
You remember me, right, Junior?
Yeah, sure, St. Martin, right. Yes, I know.
Senior TV, right?
Yeah, you're right. So I'm glad that you back that up and you say I'm saying the truth, because that's what it is.
You know what casino I'm playing too?
Right, sure, definitely.
38 years.
You're right, sure, yeah. So how you doing now?
I'm doing pretty good.
All right, 'cause
I
last,
like to know more, but
I know last time I spoke with you, you told me that you wasn't too good.
I went to Sunday, I'm gonna get some operations, and now I'm fit. I feel good, and I don't have no pain, nothing. I'm all right.
But that's so nice to hear. Nice to hear that.
Yeah.
Good. So you keep nice.
Keep up the good work.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Good.
Thanks for calling. All the best. All right. Yeah, that's really nice, huh?
Yeah.
Because we changing history too much. Not nice. Oral Gibbs Live and call. Hello.
Hello, Mr. Gibbes.
Good evening. How you doing?
How are you? How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. You remember those songs too?
Family, okay?
Yeah, they're fine, thanks.
Okay, I'm glad to see that you have the gentleman named Mr. Richardson.
Yeah, that's my new fan now.
I'm glad to see him because he made my pudding Christmas gone.
Oh.
And I'm glad to so that I can tell him thank him very much, and God bless him because he didn't even charge me to send it. He told me that he would pay the person that brought it, and I'm thanking him ever so much.
You appreciate it.
Him to keep up the good works, and God bless you, and God bless him also and your family, okay?
Thanks very much. I appreciate that. Yeah,
Thanks.
I appreciate that. That's a new fan that I pick up. Yeah, I know her from calling you all the time. She want to know about your family and everything.
Yeah.
So from the time she called me, I know exactly who
recognize
you
the
was. I
voice?
said, I know exactly who you are and everything. So, I talk with her. I said, no problem. I'll get your pudding and thing to you. And I say, although there's a gypsy that take up my stuff wrong, and thing, I'll take care of the charge. You don't have to pay for it.
That's nice. It's amazing. So many people now have become your fan, not as a calypsonian anymore, but as a
baker.
Baker.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
I pick up a lot of people that only hear the name but never saw me before, and people that saw me never know I was doing that. And yeah, a whole lot of people.
Let me take a call for you, Sir Richard. Oral Gibbs Live and call. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. How you doing?
Not bad. I want to congratulate you on that guest, because that guest is a very special person. He has sung the song about when he was going to jail. That was a long time ago.
It was fire in the tongue. They said the whole government building burn down.
Those days when he's talking about the casino is true.
Okay.
The man was, was not in a casino. None of the casinos in those days. And my two brothers, the Blyden, the two of them, one started busboy and one started bartender. And afterwards, one came to become a manager, and the other one was head bartender. So you started low in those days,
But
you come up and you're making good money.
Right.
My husband used to come there, because, and I could go in because my husband was French. So once you're French, you could go in and they had their code by Gibbes. Ask him about that.
Right.
Just for them?
If you know what a casino, everybody going in like Ram Jam. No, you have to have a suit on.
Right.
Ask Mr. Genius if you could please elaborate more on how the casinos work and how important it was to our industry. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for calling. That's
What you say was true. Even that, I thought about it, but it didn't come out of my mouth. In those days, you could not come in the casino if you did not had a suit on.
Wow.
Yeah, and if you didn't have a suit and you insist you want to come, you could rent one by the front desk by the hotel.
Yeah.
They had suits there. They rent you for the night, but you must put that suit. Nowadays, you go in the casino, people leaving from the cement and the mechanic walk, and they coming straight into the casino. Everybody mix up, among everybody. So it doesn't make sense to put on nothing decent to go there. But I know in my days, everybody that come into through that door must have a coat. Even if the pants are not matching, the coat must be there. You must look decent.
Wow.
That's the way it used to be.
The gourmet room used to be like that. The gourmet restaurant where I work, you couldn't come in unless you had a coat and tie.
Yeah.
And they had a coat, extra coat and a tie
in case
there
if
for
you didn't
people.
have.
Yeah.
That's the way it was too, And the government controller was there controlling, and they're controlling, because when you hit 4 times and they have you mark 6, 7 times per night, and that report go to the governor. I think he was the one that used to control that. he sent a letter and that he barred that person from coming in, whether to 6 months or a year, you could not come back there again.
That was for the natives.
For natives, controlling because, you know, a lot of people go to the casino and the money they got to pay the rent or pay GB and thing, they go and they trade and then they're balling. So they was trying to protect the local man from not losing his money.
But you know, the whole idea back in those days that the casino were there for the visitors to use.
That's what the purpose
and
was.
not for the
Not
native.
for the local, right?
No, when
No,
you
it's,
look at
it's for the native, and they're putting more and more. You know, they're adding more and more. You ask where the people for these casinos that they're opening.
Oral Gibbes Live call. Hello.
Yeah, good evening, Mr. Gibbes.
Good evening, sir. How you doing? I think this is the other casino man calling.
Being yourself, my brother, man.
How are you, sir? Everything all right?
I'm fine, I'm good, yeah.
Yeah, nice, man.
Like Genius, my ex-colleague down Mullet Bridge, we used to work together Mullet Bridge. So what Genius is saying is exactly so.
Right.
And you know what happened, Genius? I turned out to be a casino controller.
Huh?
I can't heck ever since. When I used to try to perform like Morris and Bunchy and Arnold and those guys back then.
Right, sure.
I had the impression how a casino controller is supposed to be.
Be right.
I used to perform.
Right,
Oh
exactly.
my gosh. Like you said, history changing.
Exactly.
Now, you say everybody against each other. You see guys walking with levels, you know, to the pocket, and they could come in with weapons. You know, it's amazing. It's amazing. But I'll tell you something. The casino controllers are soft.
It's off, yeah.
Good here because they got a suit on and you know, get this from that, and you know, they're going there for the profit. It's a profit now. It's a business now.
There used to be an old guy by the name of Mr. Morris. He used to live on the back street, an old guy.
Undertaker too, you know?
Yeah, Undertaker. That was a strict gentleman. That guy was strict, boy. You couldn't get away with nothing coming in that casino.
But we have some controllers today, these days like that, you know, but you see, the people who got over the controllers, they have no casino knowledge.
Right. That's the next thing, too.
They've probably been like inside the government, so they make decisions to make you, the professional, the veteran, look like you know nothing about casino.
Exactly.
They're doing it the wrong way because you see, casino controller is not friend of the casino management because it's opposition.
Right, exactly.
Casino boss want anybody come in. Casino controller don't want everybody coming.
Exactly.
You know? But Genius continue to keep walking, you know, and I see you on internet and stuff like that, man. I just love to take you to sports as well. You make me happy every day when I log on to you, man. You're a great guy.
Good. Thanks very much.
Good like that, Genius. But how the way you're looking so young, man, and I looking so old. What are you gonna do?
You see, I reversing. Instead of going forward, I'm going backward.
Have a pleasant evening, both of you.
All right, thanks very much.
Gentlemen.
Thanks very much. I appreciate that.
Thanks for calling. Yeah, but he said something that's true. The controllers today now are not like they used to be.
Yeah, there was an old guy there by the name of Morris.
Yeah, I
boy.
remember
that
Morris.
man was strict. And they had a couple more, well, you know, but that guy was strict, boy.
But I didn't know him. And Morris used to live just a few houses from us there on Back Street.
On Back Street, yeah.
But I didn't know he was a controller too. I
Yeah,
know
he was a control.
He was
Undertaker,
yeah.
yeah. That's before Long Gun and those people come
Exactly.
in. Yeah, he was the Undertaker. He had the coffin. Whether he built them or he saw them, I don't know how it went. But he used to do that. So sometimes when you pass down Back Street and you see the coffin, you're scared. You get on the next side of the road.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but he was a government controller, and he was, wow, that guy was strict.
Wow.
Yeah, he was a strict guy.
But, you know, it's so, I mean, look at the island, you know, some things have changed. I still feel that the island is still a great island compared to other islands in the Caribbean. It's a beautiful, a good place to be still, you know?
Listen, I travel in the Caribbean. There are very few islands that I didn't see. I used to say, well, right now I have to take out Jamaica because I've been there for 24 hours. But I used to say, it's Jamaica, Haiti, and Cuba. There's the only 3 islands I didn't see. But Jamaica, I've been there for 24 hours, so I take that out. It's just about Cuba and Haiti. And I see all the islands. And when I go to those islands, okay, it's something different. So for a week, a couple of days, you enjoy it. But after a week, you want to come back home.
Yeah.
And when I go there and I pick up friends, I talking with people, I said, listen, whenever you taking a vacation or when you get a chance, come to Little New York in the Caribbean, St. Martin.
And you're right.
Little New York in the Caribbean.
You know,
I just advertise St. Martin like that all the time.
You know, it's amazing because St. Martin is like a little bit of New York, a little bit of Las Vegas, a little bit of New Orleans. I mean, this is an amazing island. And people come from other places that can't believe what we have
A
here.
little bit of everything. They might have islands out there that is plenty bigger than us and thing, but you can find everything right here.
And I think
Right.
everything's so close by.
Yeah, close by. That's the next thing too.
Yeah.
Where everything is right around you.
And the thing is, 16 square miles of only casinos, because the other
Part over there don't have anything, right?
Nothing.
Yeah, because when you look at it, let's say, come back to the casinos again. When you go into the casinos, there are more people coming from the French side than the people from this side going to the casinos. Yeah, you go to Atlantis, people, the Europeans and all those people that live in there, they come through lowland area and they go to Atlantis. You go by Port La Plaisance, it's all the Haitians and all these people in the Marigot and all them, they come and they go Port La Plaisance. You go there, you visit there, you see all people from the French side. The French side, there's not much to do over there.
Exactly.
When the sun goes down, over there, nothing.
If
you want to go to the movie, you got to come over there.
Yeah.
Even you want to go one or two restaurants, but right now, before there was the restaurant capital, but right now we take that over from them.
It's like since the business replacing them now.
Yeah. Because although they still have a lot of restaurants open, like the Grand Cars, everything, you don't get much people from this side. Not even the tourists leave from here and go on that side to, to visit the restaurants. Before, no matter what part of the island the tourists are staying, in the nighttime you go Grand Cars, you can find them over there.
Yeah.
But most of the time it's just the Europeans that live on the French side that support those restaurants on the French side.
It's amazing. I remember back in the days when you had the Paraquet, the gentleman, he passed away. He was a great chef there. He owned the restaurant with his wife. Then you had La Vie en Rose and La Galanque and all those places.
Yeah.
They didn't know, it's
you go,
not the same.
You go Margaret right now, what time it is? 8 those places closed down already because they ain't got no customers. Nobody ain't flocking on that side.
And the kind of money they used to make in those days.
You see, the problem too, I think the what you call it, the euro?
Yeah.
Euro? That killed the whole thing. It was there already, but that killed the whole thing because they're not smart like the Chinese. Because the Chinese now, if you go and you buy with dollars on the French side, the dollar in the euro is the same thing. But they got most of those restaurants and things. When you're buying something, and let's say you can get it out over here for $20. When you're buying, they give you the price in their currency. When you're paying $25 to $30. So nobody going away to support those business.
Yeah, we call him genius, Mr. Victor Richardson, and he's now the well-known St. Martin cake boss, and the company is called the Cake Box, right?
The Cake Box.
Cake Box.
The Cake Box.
That's the place you get all your cakes, man, from the melt away to everything.
Everything. You just name it, and you get it.
So if somebody come and say, well, they can design a cake or tell you, like, give you an idea, like, what they want you to do?
Yeah, you bring a picture, or if you don't have a picture and you have something in your head and you discuss it with me, I do it.
Yeah, wow, that's good.
I can do it. And sometimes, too, I just tell a lot of people that, put a cake there, right? And just let me taste a piece of it. And I'm going to bring the cake as close as possible.
Wow, that's good.
I'm going to bring it as close as they can get it.
That is good. Not many people can do that.
Yeah. And I also give cake classes, too. Last year I didn't give no class, absolutely. For the whole year I was still, really. But this year I planning to start my class pretty soon. So you people out there who call in, I'm sorry if I get taking a plug on you.
No, go ahead.
Who call in concerning the cake classes and you want to get involved in the classes, I'm ready to start. So
What
you
number?
can just call me.
What number they can
It's
get you?
581-2171. 581-2171. So all you people that call in all the time and asking about the cake classes, whenever you're ready, just give me a call.
And how long it takes? So
the cake class going for 6 weeks, but when I say 6 weeks, it's not 6 weeks straight. It's twice per week. If I give you a class tonight, I give you 2-3 days to go home and practice that. Think about it. So I don't want to be just every night we rush in a class and you didn't grab one. So when you come back, then we start something else. We go over to see how you grab the first one, and then we go into something else.
So I'm curious, they have to go home and bake a cake and bring it back?
Definitely. Then I teach them how to decorate the cake.
Okay.
So when I do all of that, I teach you the cakes. That's one half of the class. And the other half is how to decorate. And then when I feel that you're handling the decoration, then you have to bake a cake. And I tell them, I say, don't go by Cal's and Son. I don't go by Cake House. I say, when you bring it, I know. I know. So you go home and you bake a cake and bring it. So let me see how good you can bake it without my presence. And then I have them decorate it in front of me.
You know what I don't like is when somebody gave you a piece of cake, or you see a cake, and man, this cake looks beautiful, beautiful. And but when you taste it, it's horrible.
Yeah.
That's
what a lot of people just get fooled with. I get a lot of people who come and say, yeah, I see a cake. And I see a cake. Oh, the decoration. I say, you're not seeing no cake. I say, you're talking about a decoration. Decoration is a cake is two different things. Give me a cake that is well baked and the decoration is ugly. It's the cake I want. I come to eat a cake, not decoration. Because there's a lot of cake decorate pretty.
Yeah.
I know a lot of places that do that. The cake is decorated good. But when you check the cake is a box cake. They take the box mix from the supermarket and they mix the cake and then they put fondant over it and make it pretty. And people say, oh, the cake over here is so nice and thing. I just shake my head. I shake my head. Because I had that. I had customers that would come and say, yeah, I want the cake, but I want to make like this such and such a place. They make it good. I want to make like that. So, I make the cake. My cake is scratch mix.
From scratch.
I start from scratch. So I make the cake and I give them. They said, no, there wasn't that I'm looking for. So what I do, I call somebody that's walking by the place. I said, tell me something. I teach these people. These people came to my class. I teach them how to make cake, and such a person buying cake here. And they're telling me that their cake is different than mine. They want like that. They said, don't say, I say, it's box mix. But the box mix again, and so that's the difference between your cake and their cake. And
wow,
it's really
that's amazing. Really
yeah.
But so, any plans to be back in the competition as a calypsonian?
No, right now, no. The last time I was here and I discussed that with you, I think you had retired. But since then, I think I went back about 2 times. I sing and thing. But this time, I just tell myself I'm going to keep out for a while, maybe for good. Because, as you get older and things, you don't have that feeling like you used to have before. When you get the feeling, like when the Carnival Village open, like all the music and everybody going, then you say, wow, I should have sing, Okay. But right now, no, I don't have that feeling. What I might be doing, I have some songs that I was recording last year, and I stopped halfway with them. I might just finish them up, and I might put 2 songs on the radio. So people who looking to hear from Genius, they will hear me on the radio still, but I'm not really taking part in no competition.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's amazing because the music is growing so much now on the island. They have a whole set of new guys again too, so. And we are good today, but not like,
And like I say, I have to give praise to, I don't know how it's going to be this year, because a lot of names, I think I see a program came out, I think yesterday or weekend, and I see some names, and I'm not seeing names that I was looking forward for. But the groovy soca and the power soca, wow. No international show came to the village was as good as that show. That was the greatest show that I had in Carnival last year. And it's only proved that we in St. Martin can do the same thing or even better than those artists out there. I haven't seen a local show to that standard in St. Martin yet. And I hope that they do the same thing this year. But I've seen some names there that I'm not seeing. I've seen some names, but there's some names that I'm not seeing. And I hope that, maybe they just forget to put those names there. Because I'm not seeing Timo, I'm not seeing Shadow Man, and I'm not seeing a couple of names, guys that I'm looking forward to see. I'm not seeing. I hear they say they already picked the finalists, and the judges did not get the name of the artist. They only had the music, so if they don't know the voice, they couldn't really pick up who was singing. So they select the first 20 or something, or the 20 finalists. But there are names that I'm not seeing, and I know those guys really give great performance last year. Everybody was good because, like I say, they haven't had an international show that stands up like the power soca and the groovy soca last year.
Well, so Richardson, we out of time. 30 seconds in closing, all yours.
Well, I would like to say thanks to you for having me on your program, and thanks to your viewers out there who enjoy the show, those who call in. And like I say, you know, Carnival is coming up, and you all go there, enjoy your Carnival. There's one on the front side right now, and ours is just around the corner. I see we did some early promotion, which is good, because I mean, as I see it in the newspaper, or even come on the Facebook and thing, I just send it out to some friends I have in Trinidad and thing, and a couple of people that I know well who would be coming down for Carnival. So, you know, I hope that we have a good one and something that people can go back home and talk about.
All right, thanks a lot again, Mr. Richardson. Much success.
Thank you very much, sir.
All right, and that's it for now. See you next time. Till then, good night. Take care. Bye.